Chinese press had been around. They were trying to do different methods. In the Far East, they had these lever presses, but it wouldn't print real evenly. But Gutenberg really brought together all the different aspects of the best printers of the time. Like the wooden screw that you just pulled once on to press just enough. Because we converted, oftentimes we converted an olive press or a grape press, right? There's a big screw, and we screw it out and we throw a flat thing on top of it because we didn't want it all twisting up our paper and stuff. It's called a platen, actually. And then a lot of times we're working in the cylinder and up under this, and so he pulled the chase out here where he could work on it and just slide it underneath. Made it very efficient. We didn't have to unscrew the whole thing and screw it back down. He did the one screw. And this method, we use dog skins, in case you're wondering. Dogs pant, they don't sweat. So when you tan a dog hide, it's basically water and ink proof because it's soaked up all the mess. So when you put your papers on there, you're not getting this big spongy mess if it was cloth or other leathers or stuff. Leather is not waterproof, okay? It never has been until the 20th century with chemicals. So, but what he did do, painted a few faces. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to paint your face. Although I'll do it for you. No, these are called beaters, and two people usually work the printing press. One was called a beater, and one was called a puller. The puller got his name for puller on the bar. The beater got his name. Let's get something straight. Working the printing press, you didn't have to be too bright. Right? The real smart person, remember the composer? He had to line up all the letters, usually in Latin, backwards, with punctuation and the spelling, of course, and spaces, and using slivers of lead for the leading this way, and justifying the width and justification this way. That's where all that comes from. And you have to be pretty smart. We just run the machine. I'm called a beater. This is what? Just people. Now, this is 1450s, right? This is 1450s, and what, 300 years from now, there's going to be a guy called Ben. What's his name? Franklin. Yeah, that guy. Taught him everything he knows about printing and publishing. His press is very famous for his press, but his virtually unchanged in 300 years. He had a crank that made this roll in and out. Some steel screw that was a little more efficient. His beaters were just big pillowy beaters that kind of rolled back and forth a couple of times. The old ink roller that you might see in modern, that didn't come around until close to 20th century with rubber for the rolling action. But anyway, bees come free with the So, a little bit of ink across the face of type. Too much, it'd blot out everything. Not enough, of course, wouldn't print. Now then, I need one of you. One of y'all is going to have to help me do the paper. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Everybody's looking at you.
Okay, what am I
get
doing?
Up here. Come on this side. All right. You are going to be the puller. You're going to be in the pulling on that bar. But you're not. Right?
Needs the uniform. Serious business.
Ta-da! No, I got enough of this. Alright, what I need you to do, because I get ink all over my hands, I don't want to mess up the paper. It's made from 100% cotton papers, and it's very expensive, or linens at the time, and you don't want to mess it up, right? So, that's your job. Grab the paper from right there, a piece of paper, pull it out. Modern paper for demonstration. Alright, pull it out. Set that piece of paper behind those two tabs right there. Those are called keepers. Why do you suppose they call them keepers? Yes, that's the level of thinking that I'm looking at, okay? Don't overthink it. Grab another one, put it over. All right. This is called a ticket. Actually guards the paper as well, because I get ink all over my furnishings. It's called blocks and coins. And I don't want that to press up against my paper. So every time I block something up, I readjust this and carve it up so that only the raised type comes in. All right, close the lid on your coffin, please. We called it a coffin because there's a big lid and big box, big handle, simple tray you can call it. Put your hands right there and slide the coffin. Push. You gotta be buff for this one. Push. There we go, right about there. Now then, pull. See, meanwhile, I'll be over here checking the ink and everything. All the way. All the way. Come on. Let's pull. Don't be afraid of it. Pull the lever, turns the wooden screw, presses the platen against the paper, paper against the ink, transfer the ink to paper, make it.
It still goes?
Come on, come on. Maybe.
I don't think it goes
Probably
anywhere.
not. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4. No, that's it. But it is a full-size press that has 2 plates, so, well, again, for the second plate. Yeah. All right. Now push it forward. See, this is in slow motion, you understand? A good beater puller team can do 2 or 3 a minute because while I'm getting the ink ready and she's setting the paper and we just keep on going, I get out the way, she drops it and smashes it. There, Vanny, hold that up for her. See. There we go. Nice, nice. Very good. Very good. But it is missing something. These aren't quite ready yet. All the color that you see on all those old 15th, 16th century pieces, that's all done by hand. See? A monk who was a scribe would illuminate the page. See? Later you could be a scribe without having to be a monk, but at the time, if you were a monk, you were a scribe, you were a man of God. We were not men of God, we were not allowed to finish these things. We often left out large columns and different things so that the monk could come in to finish the page. The O in Once Upon a Time, right? It's big and decorative. We did that on virtually every single page and things like that, so they can come in and decorate the page, because creating something perfectly each and every time, only God can do that, and we were mere men, so we had to, leave something to be done by hand. And so that's what we did. And I'm also giving you some homework. Last time you had homework, but you got it now. You will take these home, and you will illuminate these pages. I suggest a sheet and maybe between the couch and the dining table, some pillows and a flashlight, Crayola brand, and I should get a sponsor, and illuminate them. It's going to take a couple of days to dry. They'll be sticky, and then pull it apart, and you're going to have to lay it flat after that, and then illuminate it. And after you've illuminated it, I will check your work. Coming by the house, no, only kidding. You will post them on the Book of Face, and I will see them. And hopefully by the end of the show, we'll have hundreds of kids and alike, with nice, different, and everything's going to be unique and different. Everybody's going to be, and that was the point. Everything is unique, different, just like people. And that's what they thought. So there you go. That's how we printed for a very long time.